Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've missed you guys so much. So today I'm back with a different video today. A lot of people have been asking me to do storytime videos ever since I uploaded my very first Big Chop, and people said that it was really inspirational, motivational, and I talked about some things that a lot of you guys can relate to, so I thought that I'd go ahead and do storytime. So if you guys like it, I'd really like to start doing storytime Sundays and see what you guys think about it. So we'll see how this one goes, and let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. So for today's story time, this one has been requested because of something that I said in the first Big Chop video. And I was saying that I was with somebody who didn't really want me to cut my hair or want me to go natural, so a lot of people wanted me to do a relationship kind of video. I've been wanting to go natural since 2014, but I was a little too scared to do it. Embarrassingly enough, the guy I was with, he didn't like it at all, so I was like, well, I'm just not gonna do it because he doesn't want me to do it, you know, stupid stuff like that, completely not thinking about what I wanted to do. So I just stayed with my hair straight. But I don't know if I'm ready really to talk about that yet, because it was actually officially over in March, and I didn't know him since 2013, and we had been really official since 2014. So, you know, 3 years is kind of a long time to have somebody in your life that's not there anymore, so I don't really know how I feel actually talking about the breakup yet, but I have been asked about what I did to get over a breakup and how I kind of got my confidence back and got my own identity back. So today I'm going to give you guys my top tips for getting over a breakup. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to keep these tips to probably about 5 because I don't want this video to last entirely too long, because I could probably go on forever about this. But anyway, the first step is to allow yourself to feel so that you can heal. They are your feelings, they are valid. You just lost someone who was basically in your life for a really long time, that you're used to being around, that you're used to talking to, hanging out with, having there for you, and they're not there anymore. It's a loss. So you're gonna feel upset, and that is okay. Don't let anyone deny those feelings for you. They are yours. As I said, they are valid. Allow yourself to feel them, because the sooner that you feel those feelings and really work through them, the sooner you'll be able to heal. Because if you try and suppress all those feelings in and just kind of push them away, it's almost like a Coke bottle, you know? You're holding all this pressure in and it's going to explode one day. And it can also cause anxiety, depression, different things like that. So make sure that you get your feelings out. And also don't stay in those feelings for too long. You want to make sure that you feel them, but don't allow yourself to stay in that super, super upset, sad, angry, mad, whatever feeling you're feeling for too long, because you don't want to be sad all the time. You want to make sure that you are able to move on from them. And the sooner you're able to feel those feelings and really experience them, then you can heal and begin the moving on process, because this is all a process and it'll take a while. I remember last year, I didn't want to feel those feelings. I'd literally just hop on a plane and go anywhere. I traveled so much. I love traveling, but I was really doing it instead to kind of get away from my feelings. And then over time, my anxiety started growing and I was crying all the time and I was really, really upset. So I have a master's in counseling. I'm a licensed professional counselor intern. It's a provisional license, and I'm a nationally certified counselor. And I had to get my own counselor, which again is totally fine. If you feel like you need outside help from somebody else, then that is fine as well. I'm specifically saying this to say that I completely felt helpless when I thought that I would be able to help myself given all the stuff that I've learned, and I wasn't, because I wasn't allowing myself to feel. I let all my stuff bottle up and it really tore me down. So make sure that you can feel those feelings so that you can begin to move on from them. And also so that you can begin to recognize them, because sometimes those feelings come with headaches, sleeping too much, different symptoms like that. You can get stomach aches, loss of appetite, things like that. And once you notice those signs in your body, it can really affect your daily life. So make sure that you notice the signs of these, figure out how to cope from them, and make sure that you take care of yourself. My second tip is to learn yourself again. What motivates you, what inspires you, what do you feel like your purpose is, what's your hobbies, what's your identity again. Find out what makes you you. What kind of foods do you like to cook? Figure out things that make you happy, that excite you, that wake you up in the morning, that makes you happy, that you accomplish during the day before you go to sleep at night. Because so many times in a relationship we can lose ourselves and it's all about us, or him or her, and not about ourselves. So when the relationship ends, we're like, whoa, who are we? I remember the first thing I texted one of my friends when we ended and I was leaving, I was like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what to go back to. I literally didn't, because everything was so wrapped up in us that I really felt like I lost myself. So I really had to figure out the things that make me happy. And whether that was cooking or learning how to cook things or baking, hanging out with my friends if I wanted to, it really just took me time. And a lot of that time was spent like reading books, listening to music. One of my favorite albums that kind of got me through, I'll find it for you guys really quick. Nikki Flores put out an album called 1215. It's like an EP. She put it out in December, and it only has like 6 songs on it, but it's literally so amazing. And all these songs are pretty much like breakup songs, really, but I feel like I could really relate to them. So find things that relate to you. And I also read a lot of poetry, and I'm going to show you some of the books that I have, because they were really helpful, and I still read through them every now and then because I just love them so much. So this first one is I Love My Love by Reyna Biddy. This book is amazing, and it says, the girl who, on the back of it, it says, the girl who writes poems about loving too hard and not being loved hard enough. I put this on my Instagram, and this quote is from one of her, and this quote is from the book. And basically, the end of it says, you deserve to love yourself, I miss you, come home. And it was just so inspirational to me, and it really just symbolized me, like, for real, moving on. The next one is Rest in the Morning by R.H. Sin, and I love this so much. This one's Whiskey Borders in a Shovel too. All of them are great, but I really love this one the most. So I think there's 3 of them. I think there might be a 4th one coming out, but the second one is my favorite. And then the last book is Born to Love, Cursed to Feel by Samantha King. And this book is great. Check out these poetry books if there's something you're interested in. So the next one is take time for yourself. So say you want to get back to yourself and learn yourself again. I did mention hanging out with friends sometimes, hanging out with family, but if that really means like stressful for you to be around other people, then that's totally fine. Taking time for yourself is okay. There were times where I literally just like lay in my bed and just watch movies and read these poetry books and watch TV. I saw like every movie, you know. I just really needed time for myself. I wasn't ready to hang out with my friends yet. I was still in grad school doing my internship, so stressful. So what I did was I really just kind of shut everything out. I still was talking to my friends through text and FaceTime and things like that, but I was really just at home most of the time because I just could not really deal with being around other people. But when I was ready again, then I started going out a lot more. So last year in 2016, I graduated, and that's when things really started to end, but we were still trying to work things out. And this past year, from like January to March, before I moved to Houston, it was when I was like still studying for the national counselor exam and things like that, and I really didn't do much. I think January I took like 2 trips, and I did something in February for like Mardi Gras and All-Star weekend in New Orleans, and then after that I really was just chilling. So I feel like I didn't really do much in my life at that time, but I really was just trying to like heal and recover. So whatever amount of time you need, take time for yourself, and don't listen to anyone when they're like, oh, you're taking too long, you should be over it by now. No, they're your feelings, you're on your own time. So please remember that and take time for yourself as much as you need. So my next tip is really an important one. This tip is you do not owe anyone an explanation. I'm going to say that louder for the people in the back. You do not owe anyone an explanation on what happened in your relationship, how you're doing, how anything's going. You don't owe anyone anything. Okay? So this one is an important one, because when you're involved with somebody else, usually it's not just y'all. Your friends know about it, your families know about it if it's been a long time, and everyone's so wrapped up in everyone. So when things end and they kind of thought things were perfect, or they kind of figured things were going to end, whatever happened, when they end, everyone's going to be like, why? What happened? What did he or she do? What did you do? What happened? You don't owe anyone an explanation, because no one's really going to know what happened except for the 2 of y'all. Sometimes y'all might have different stories. Sometimes your stories might be the same. Sometimes it doesn't even matter. Most of the time, it doesn't matter to anyone except for y'all. And I'm telling you right now, people are gonna have questions. So many people used to ask me what happened. People used to like literally message me on social media and be like, what happened to y'all? It's none of your business, you know? And at first I was like, you know, I kind of want to talk about it with my friends, but then it kind of felt like it was like re-traumatizing, because what happened was so upsetting, and I just, you know, someone who you think that you're going to be with for a really long time, forever, and talking about it again is just really hard, and then people will never understand how you really feel, how things really went, and it's just hard to sit there and explain everything to multiple people. It's hard enough that things ended in the first place, but having to explain all this stuff to other people is just so unnecessary, and I just don't think that you need to go through that, because it really does hurt. I know that it hurt me a lot, and then it was also something that I was worried about, like, what is he saying? What is his family saying? Things that are out of my control. So this is something that is out of everyone else's control, because it is your situation. You don't have to explain anything. When people ask me now, I just say, you know what, sometimes two people don't work out, and they move on from each other, and unfortunately that's what happened here, and we're no longer together, but I wish him well. End of story. So if you want to say something along those lines, that's fine. If you want to explain it to other people, that's fine too. I just want you to know that you're not obligated to sit here and tell everyone the same story over and over. You don't have to. And whatever they think about you, or what you could have done, or think that it's your fault, that's none of their business. So my last tip is to learn to love yourself again. And this is a big one. I know I've already said to learn yourself again, but this one is to love yourself again. I know that when my relationship ended, I felt so inadequate. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't whatever enough. I felt like I just was not enough. I would literally look down. I couldn't even look at people in the eyes anymore. I was so anxious and nervous anytime I stepped in a room. My anxiety completely took over. And I just felt like I was not good enough. So I just want you guys to know that you are good enough, and that you are enough completely, just the way you are. And it's so easy to fall into those traps of feeling less than, but just know that you're not, and you're worth so much more than that. So one of the things that I did was I literally forced myself to look in a mirror every time I got up, every time I saw a mirror, and before I went to sleep at night. And before I went to sleep, I would pick out something about myself and just look in the mirror and say one positive thing. Even if it was, your hair looks nice today. My eye shape is nice. I love my skin color. It was the smallest things that seemed so small, but over time, it really, really helped, because it's like, you know what? I can pick out every little part of my body, or everything that I do, and realize that I am enough. Realize that I really do love myself, and I am worthy of everything great in this world. And this takes time as well. This did not take me overnight. This took me forever. And then going off and cutting all my hair off completely changed everything as well. So I had to learn to be with myself again with a whole new look. But I feel like my confidence is totally back. I feel like a completely new person than I was last year. And that took me time. It takes commitment, and you have to work at it. So please remember that you are enough, and that it's a process, always. This isn't gonna happen overnight. And as I mentioned before, I am a counselor, and I had to get one for myself. And if you want to talk to one, it's totally fine. Getting someone on an outside perspective that doesn't know anything about you, just to talk to and just go through life with, is okay. Everyone goes through adjustments and changes in life as we grow. And if those are hard for you and you cannot figure out how to cope with where you are in life, it's totally fine to talk to someone, because I know that I have those problems still, and I know that I have people that I can turn to, and if I wanted to, I could call my therapist and talk to her about that. So please know that there are people out there who love and care for you and are willing to help you out. And if you ever feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, I'm here for you. I care about you. People message me on Snapchat and Instagram all the time, and I ask people to, especially on Snapchat, because some people don't want the messages to save, and of course they delete. So if you ever feel like you want to reach out to me on Snapchat or Instagram, whatever it may be, I promise I'm here for you. I always respond to everyone. Last year, all my notifications were not on, but this year they are on, so I'll get your message as quick as I can, and I'll be there to respond to you guys. So just know that you're not alone. I'm here with you, and there's so many other people in this world who have experienced this exact same thing. So please know that there are people there to help you, and if there's no one you feel like you can turn to, I will be there for you. So please remember that. And I think that's all for my tips today. I didn't want it to be too long, so hopefully this video isn't entirely too long, but I just wanted to make sure that I got out as much information to you guys as possible. If you have any other thoughts or comments, you can leave them down in the comments down below, or go ahead and message me, like I said, if you don't want to leave it in the comments. So please take care of yourselves. Know that this takes time, and I hope that this video was helpful for somebody out there. I love you guys so much, and please let me know what you think about Storytime Sundays, because I'd I'd love to continue it. If you have any other topics for it, then go ahead and drop them down in the comments down below as well. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. And as always, especially today and every single day, I hope that you guys feel beautiful inside and out today, because you are. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.